Hi everybody, my name is Marty Acketts, and I'm the Adult Programming Coordinator and NEA Big Read Organizer for Peter White Public Library. And it's my pleasure and honor to introduce tonight's NEA Big Read keynote speaker, Dr. Lynn Domina, who will be discussing memoir and ethnography among Crow Indians during the 20th century. If you haven't stopped by, there's a table back there. There are free copies of Joy Harjo's book, An American Sunrise, which is our focus for the Big Read. And also there's surveys back there. This is my first plug. You'll hear me plug it at the end too. In order for us to keep on bringing programs like this, the NEA Big Read, and Lynn's presentation here, we need people to fill out surveys and tell us how wonderful it is. So if you can do that before you leave tonight, that would be really appreciate. I would really appreciate that. So when I asked Lynn for some biographical information to share with you tonight, she sent me this response. Here's the quote. I'm gonna quote the response. You can use any of the following, or you can make something up. There's the thing. Lynn Domina is the author of several books of poetry and scholarly writing. In addition to The Crow, she has written on several Native American writers, including N. Scott Momaday and Leslie Marmon Silko. She currently serves as the head of the English department at NMU and lives with her family in Marquette, unquote. Well, since Lynn has given me the permission, I've decided to share 12 additional pieces of biographical information about Lynn, and I'll let you decide between fact and fiction, okay? 1, Lynn grew up in Saginaw, Michigan, and has lived in Alabama, Illinois, and New York. 2, Lynn earned a BA in English from Michigan State University, an MFA in creative writing poetry from the University of Alabama, and a PhD in English from Stony Brook University, and she recently finished her Master's in Divinity at Earlham School of Religion, where she took courses in the Ministry of Writing. 3, Lynn was shortlisted for the Nobel Prize in Literature this year. 4, Lynn is the author of 2 collections of poetry, Corporal Works, which won the Intro Series Prize from 4-Way Books, and Framed in Silence, published as part of the Editor's Select Poetry Series from Main Street Rag. She is also the editor of a collection of essays, Poets on the Psalms. 5, Lynn recently published a collection of meditations, devotions from her story, 31 Days of Women of Faith. 6, Lynn recently discovered a planet in the Andromeda Galaxy which is inhabited by extraterrestrial life forms that feeds solely on poetry, with the work of Emily Dickinson and Joy Harjo being their main sources of sustenance. 7, in another role that permits her to combine her interests in religion and creative writing, Lynn serves as the creative writing editor of The Other Journal. 8, Lynn's poetry appears in many periodicals, including the Southern Review, the Gettysburg Review, Prairie Schooner, among others. She has published creative nonfiction in the St. Catherine's Review. 9, Lynn was contacted by the ghost of Jimmy Hoffa during a seance, and Lynn knows where his body is buried. 10, Lynn's scholarly work also includes 3 reference books, Understanding a Raisin in the Sun, Understanding Ceremony, and the Harlem Renaissance, a historical exploration of literature. 11, Lynn's scholarly articles have appeared in Studies in American Indian Literature, A/B Autobiography Studies, and other academic journals and edited collections. And 12, Lynn is the 4th reincarnation of Jane Austen. Please join me in welcoming tonight's NEA Big Read keynote speaker, scholar, poet, and I hope she still lets me say this, my friend, Lynn Domina.
Thank you all. Thank you, Marty. Most of what he said is true. I'm trying to decide who I really want to be the 4th incarnation of. Probably not Jane Austen, but maybe Chaucer. He was, I think he was probably more fun. But so thank you all for coming out tonight, and all of you in YouTube land, and I really appreciate